Welcome back to the Pleb Underground. We're going to dive into a really strange story that we found out about yesterday. Developer Nikolai Mushigian, I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Anyways, may he rest in peace. Unfortunately, was found dead in Puerto Rico. Now, that may not sound that alarming, but it's the conditions around his death which are really strange. Now, although this isn't directly Bitcoin only, it is related because a lot of Bitcoiners, such as myself, we all come across as tinfoil hatters and quote unquote conspiracy theorists and all these wonderful terms to discredit the psyop dystopian ridiculous reality we're all living in. Anyways, all right, you know what? I'll just stop right there. We're going to dive right into this really strange story. Here we go. We're going to start first with this story out of BuzzFeed News. Secret CIA files say staffers committed sex crimes involving children. Though most of these cases were referred to U.S. attorneys for prosecution, only one of the individuals was ever charged with a crime. Prosecutors sent the rest of the cases back to the CIA to handle internally, meaning few faced any consequences beyond the possible loss of their jobs and security clearances. CIA insiders say the agency resists prosecution of its staff for fear the cases will reveal state secrets. Unfortunately, as human beings, it's not just human beings, animals also, but more for us, right? Because we are quote unquote conscious. But my point is that we have incentives. And the point is that our incentives, or in this particular case, the incentives of the people doing the investigations, they're more incentivized to cover up the truth than they are to expose it so that the correct action can take place. One employee had sexual contact with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. He was fired. A second employee purchased 3 sexually explicit videos of young girls filmed by their mothers. He resigned. A third employee estimated that he had viewed up to 1,400 sexually abusive images of children while on agency assignments. The records don't say what action, if any, the CIA took against him. A contractor who arranged for sex with an undercover FBI agent posing as a child had his contract revoked. Only one of the individuals cited in these documents was charged with a crime. The CIA did not answer detailed questions, saying only that the agency takes all allegations of possible criminal misconduct committed by personnel seriously. The former official who reviewed the declassified Inspector General reports characterized the concern from CIA lawyers as, "We can't have these people testify. They may inadvertently be forced to disclose sources and methods." None of us are better than our incentives, okay? Myself included. Nobody is better than their incentives. And you guys are probably all wondering why we're talking about this, but this is all going to tie together when we get to the end, okay? So just bear with me. You'll see that this is really strange stuff. At a symposium in 2016, Daniel Payne, a top Pentagon security official, said that when workers' computers were examined, the amount of child porn I see is just unbelievable. That is a top Pentagon security official. Don't think, I mean, don't get me wrong, but don't think for a second that the people all the way at the top aren't completely depraved. Okay, none of us, for us regular people who have to worry about bills and how we're going to pay for things and actually saving money and all these things, we don't have all of this ample time to sit there and become depraved psychos. Okay, but once you don't have to worry about all the basic necessities, once you essentially have enough power to do everything you want in the world, really, you're the only one that can stop yourself. You and your moral compass can stop yourself from doing insane, stupid, disgusting things. Anyways, the documents also reveal the pattern of sexual abuse cases, whereby internal investigators unearthed evidence of sexual crimes involving children, but federal prosecutors brought no charges. We're going to wrap this up with this here. As is typical of intelligence documents, the records have been heavily redacted. Among the information that has been hidden are the names of the accused employees and contractors and details about their jobs at the CIA. We're going to move on to a tweet now from Dylan Leclerc, fellow Bitcoiner, who just put this out yesterday evening. Here we go. The 29-year-old co-founder of MakerDAO, Nikolai Mushkian, has been found dead in the San Juan, Puerto Rico, just 3 days after tweeting the following from his personal account. Now, remember what I just said about the CIA? Remember that article we just read? Let's take a look at this. CIA and Mossad and pedo elite are running some kind of sex trafficking entrapment blackmail ring out of Puerto Rico and the Caribbean islands. They are going to frame me with a laptop planted by my ex-girlfriend who was a spy. They will torture me to death. Okay, that's the screenshot of the tweet, and here we go, at delete shitcoin. That's his account. Now, we've got this article right here that came out November 1st. MakerDAO co-founder, right, Nikolai Mushkian, dies at 29. Okay, so who was this gentleman? Nikolai, coder and co-founder of MakerDAO, was found dead on the beach. Okay, so he's found dead on the beach behind Ashford Hospital in Condado, Puerto Rico. The crypto community offers condolences on the death of the 29-year-old coder who worked on several projects, including Ethereum, MakerDAO, BitShares, and the DAI fork Ray. Nikolai was one of the people in the early days of Ethereum and smart contracts. He was able to predict the possibility of smart contract hacks and invented the security-oriented approach to smart contract design. Very interesting. Now, keep in mind, Ethereum just moved to piece of shit. To proof of stake. Governments seem to really like Ethereum. I mean, keep in mind, Aya Gushi, who is the head of the Blockchain Council for the World Economic Forum, she sits on the board of directors for Ethereum. So just kind of putting that out there, not to mention the fact that JP Morgan also has a stake in Ethereum's development as well. So this is, again, tinfoil hat, right? This is one of the guys who was able to predict the possibility of smart contract hacks. Kind of interesting. Again, not saying that's why or what happened, but that is an interesting supposition. A slightly different article, same story, but listen to this take. This article out of cryptopolitan.com. Mushkian's mysterious death comes a day after he tweeted about sex trafficking and blackmail ring being perpetrated by CIA, Mossad, and pedo elites out of Puerto Rico. They're going to frame me with a laptop. They will torture me to death, right, as we read before. Now, let's take a look at this up here, okay? So he was found in Puerto Rico, according to multiple sources citing a police bureau report, okay? He died early Friday after being, and this is interesting, this is the only article where I see this, he was dragged by sea currents on the beach in Condado. Okay, so now they're claiming that he died in the water. Very interesting. So, what does this mean? What does this mean, right? At the end of the day, it's, what is this? Is it real? Is it not real? Are the two things, are they really connected? The fact that he had put out that tweet that his ex-girlfriend was going to have him framed, and he died the next day. So look, do I think that he was killed by intelligence agencies? I'm not 100% sure. And I think that unfortunately, the best stance we can always take is an objective stance. There's a non-zero chance that information is true. That's the best I can. It's the best I can do. I can give you a non-zero chance. At the same time, though, this, again, maybe he knew that he was going to pass away, and he decided to create this elaborate story. We don't know that either. That's a possibility. But look, at the end of the day, regardless of what our opinions, regardless of what my opinion is, okay, this is a very strange story. The sequence of events are very strange. And the fact that he put out that really strange tweets, and then passed away the following day, I mean, that is the sequence of events. That is really scary stuff. Anyways, anything else happens on this, we are most likely going to create a part 2 to this clip. So if you enjoyed this clip, Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you all next time on The Pleb Underground.